are, and welcome to another episode of the Friday Night Movie Podcast. And today, once again, the siblings are back together. And this was a surprise reunification, sort of, because Lily and I had arranged for months a web of lies to bring Lily.
It only took one
conversation with our mother.
Mom.
One conversation with Mom to blow the whole secret.
Bring down the house of cards.
But I realized, I was reflecting on this, how Becky, also because she's the youngest, I think feels like she needs to outsmart us. And
but
so
I feel guilty, so I don't like to tell you I'm outsmarting you.
I don't try to figure out my birthday surprises.
I wasn't trying to figure out I actually tried really hard not to figure this out. And it was literally when Mom said, "Oh, we need to make sure the new schedule works for Lily." And I'm like, "What?"
And
I was like,
and just, it was right after I had told Mom, whatever you do, don't call Becky to talk about the plans. I will handle all the plans.
Had she not done that, I would have not tried to figure out my birthday surprise, because the day of...
Wow, you're really dragging Mom then. She's going to feel really bad.
You're right. I shouldn't do that. The truth is, I suspected it because there's no way Lily would miss my birthday by 3 days. But what I will give everyone credit for is that on my actual birthday, there were so many misdirects. I definitely deeply doubted whether or not she was really coming. And I did start to feel crazy at one point. When Shai hid his car and then used Mom and Dad's car to go pick Lily up from the airport, and I was very confused. I definitely was doubting up until the last second whether or not it was happening or I was a little crazy.
Well, Lily's here. And
She's
Becky's here.
And it was a wonderful
together.
surprise reunion.
And we ate 3 Peking ducks for dinner, which I think was a pretty exciting thing to honor Becky.
I know.
The first time we ordered 3 Peking ducks, by the way, we didn't even make it through 1.5, and we ate it over a couple of days. By the next morning, when I called Vlad and said, "Hey, Vlad, bring the leftover duck over to the house for dinner," he said, "There's just skin." Yeah. Now, I know he probably had eaten it already either that night after we ate dinner again, like he had a second meal, or he made himself tacos in the morning.
Yeah, he polished it off. Okay. The duck didn't stand a chance.
Becky, your birthday overall?
It was
by Rent or Meh?
It was a super buy deluxe edition, special box set birthday. It was, considering what the last few years have been, it was a really, really special birthday.
Rough couple of years.
Yeah.
And, well, it's great that we all
I just can't believe I got to spend, it's just blowing my mind. I got to spend my birthday with my whole family. I mean, except for Jose, I got to spend my birthday with my whole family, which is incredible. Years. I mean, it has been years, if ever. I don't think I've ever...
Right. I haven't got. Did I get to do it? No, I didn't get to do it, but I got pretty close. I got pretty close, minus Lily. I got pretty close. That was pretty awesome. And we got to live stream on my birthday at 6 o'clock in the morning, whenever we did that.
It was painful.
And the other thing is that apparently, for your birthday, Mom got a very special surprise in the mail. Is that what happened?
So
we're trying. Maybe there's a fan of the show.
Okay, so
maybe there's a fan of the show who got Mom's address because. She could have easily given
Mom
it out.
orders a lot of stuff, and people visit her a lot, and things get left at her house.
And people, like my house, order stuff to Mom's address.
All the time.
I get things on a regular basis for Lily, for other friends. They just show up. And sometimes I get things... By the way, if you are David and you listen to this podcast and you got me the bocce chocolate...
I told you, it was signed by David.
and didn't leave your last name... Becky also got the same thing.
But Lily got the same thing, but it was
from Steve.
But it was from Steve, so we know who it was from.
Oh, okay.
I got the exact same thing, but I know the person who sent it to me.
Okay, well...
But yours came from David and mine, anonymous.
Maybe David, whoever Mystery David is, sent Mom the gift you're about to describe.
Okay, so Mom comes over to my house, and she's got a big bag of all sorts of stuff that's been collected at her house, which is not normal. We're taking them out. Oh, these are the kids' bathing suits. Oh, okay, here's some t-shirts I left. It's normal, very normal. Oh, a pair of shoes Lily ordered, all normal. And I get to an Amazon Prime, soft envelope, and I go, "What's this?" And she goes, "I don't know what this is. I just opened it the other day.
She was
I didn't
way too
order
casual.
It." Again, unnervingly casual about how not big of a deal it is. And I take it out. And it is a sexy corset top meant for either Halloween dress up or like bedroom dress up.
Wait, like when you say corset, do you mean like it covers everything or is it just support?
No, it's
It's the bodice.
It's
It's
the
just
bodice part, so it covers the boobs,
barely,
Okay.
but
like
barely.
and it's tight around the waist to create that
So like
cinching,
Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
but not the whole dress. It's
just the bodice corset
and it's
piece.
black and with
And
laces,
it's like laces, and it's shiny,
Do it
and
up
it's
like
clearly
roller
supposed to be sexy,
skates.
but it's teeny tiny. It's an extra small, and I'm like, oh, this is weird. We're trying to figure out, and I like open him, and I shake out the bag, and then like a thong comes with it too. I mean, this thing is horrible, and it's a little horrifying that my mother's bringing this over. The craziest thing is, we don't know where it came from.
I love
or
the
why
way
it
you
was
send a message to me and Allie as if we sent it to Mom's. I'm the only one in this family who doesn't use Mom's Amazon account. I have my own
but
Amazon
here's
account.
where the mystery deepens.
Becky did
not
not
mine.
let this go. Becky went deep
I mean,
in her
I
investigation.
I even tried. I'd be like, I'm going to prove this is not mine. I go to try it on and couldn't even get it past my rib cage. But I go through. This is what's freaking me out. I go through Mom's account. I go, give me your phone right now, because this is addressed to you at your apartment with your apartment number on it. Someone ordered it from your account. You ordered it from your account. Give me your phone.
Or they ordered it to her and it was a gift.
I go. There's no packing slip. There's nothing in there that you could trace it back to. It's very weird. So I go into her account. I go into her orders. She did not order this. She did not purchase this. It was not purchased through her account. So somebody sent this
very
corset top
tiny
either
corset
to
and
her
thong.
as a weird gift or accidentally ordered it to her and is too ashamed to ask her to forward it to them. So,
Yeah, no, at that point you don't. You just
you lost the corset.
at that point
You're
you
giving
just
it
you
up.
don't even reclaim it from Amazon. You
But
just
it was very
pretend
funny
never
standing in
existed.
Becky's kitchen as Mom goes, "Oh yeah, look at that." And Becky opens it, like shakes it out, and it's like,
I'm like, do you
Like,
realize
sex
what you
outfit
brought? You
comes
brought this weird
pouring
sex
out.
dungeon outfit to my house?
Oh my god.
And it
Oh
worked.
my god. Okay, well, I'm glad we were able to get those things off our chests. And this was a big week for pop culture. The Golden Globes, the much maligned and shamed Golden Globes, which I just say that like award shows at this point are kind of ridiculous. Aside from the fact that the Golden Globes has its own like horrific track record
Right.
that's been well documented with the Foreign Correspondents Association and all of that. I want to take a step back and just say
the Hollywood Foreign Press,
Hollywood Foreign Press. What did I call it?
Foreign Correspondents Association.
I don't know. I'm just making things up now. The Hollywood Foreign Press.
That was
Whatever
a
they're called.
combination of Hollywood Foreign Press and White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Look, whatever they're called.
Whatever they're called.
Whatever
I
that
mean,
group
They're
is.
that
Clearly.
relevant.
It's
Right.
amazing that it's amazing that no one knew and they've been paying it. Like, what other things are being judged by a nincompoop group of people that we pay attention to every year? And
But
we're
also that are not from here, even. They're
well,
foreign
that's
press.
why shows like Episodes win. They're like, oh, it's
Right.
British.
Right. I
Well,
mean, which is interesting to a point, but it's also been extremely problematic.
On the other
So
hand,
wait, the Hollywood Foreign Press. It's foreign press
based in
that
Hollywood.
based in Hollywood.
There's
judging
100
Hollywood.
people who we don't know who they are.
But they all have to be working for foreign press.
Yes.
Yeah.
Judging American
Yeah,
shows.
they can't be working for the New York Times.
Right. So they could be, yeah.
This is a really interesting premise for an award ceremony. I don't think I realized that.
Right.
that.
So it's like
And-
Europeans judging Americans.
We think they're Europeans.
Well, we think,
Who knows
yeah,
who
they
they
could
are?
be, yeah, they could be from anywhere.
It could just be all those
Canadian?
Russian state outlets.
Right,
be.
it could be.
This could be just a giant prank, like a huge joke.
Right.
Well, I think
Because
I think
traditionally,
that prank accidentally, or not so accidentally, was racist for many, many, many years.
That sounds like a really good conspiracy theory.
Well-
Maybe they've been planning this all along.
well, the thing is that I think part of why it got, I don't know why people paid attention to it, but its award ceremony was always crazier.
It was more loose because they
than
were
the
drinking
Oscars.
at they're all eating
right.
dinner and they're drinking.
It's sort of like the way the MTV Movie Awards are, which were like totally crazy,
right.
only like slightly more official. But let's be honest, it seems like these were essentially the MTV Movie Awards.
Right,
Now,
exactly.
now that being said,
I
They
almost
had a lot
feel
more
like MTV
categories.
Movie Awards has
more
more
prestige.
more prestige or some.
MTV Movie Awards gave the Golden Popcorn Lifetime Achievement Award to Clint Howard, Ron Howard's brother,
There you go.
honoring all of his it
Yeah.
was,
All of
it was
his
kind of a
work.
joke, but it wasn't a joke, and it was
and
amazing.
then his acceptance speech was very
Yeah,
sincere.
It was amazing.
beautiful.
So, all this to say, with the explosion of content, with the pulling back of the curtain on some of these opaque systems that are opaque for no reason, with the Rotten Tomatoesification of reviews. I think the system, one thing is that like truth is being degraded in the news, just to get deep for a second. But I will say I'm okay with the idea of film critique and film awards getting diluted and things not having a long authority, because we are talking about judging art here, right?
Yeah.
And not everyone is going to love whatever movie I liked in a given year, which is totally fine. Now, that being said, it's still fun, like fantasy football. It's still fun to see who's going to win and look at the categories.
Right.
So,
right, exactly.
So
interesting.
We're judging the awards.
So today we're going to judge the awards.
It's like we are judging them, judging the shows.
Right. Now, exactly. What we're going to do on this episode is we're going to judge the awards, because we're transparent. We are three people that are marginally qualified and have our own opinions.
And we work for no one.
No
one is paying us.
We definitely don't make money.
If you would like to endorse us and sway our vote, we are not opposed to that. But let us know. Let's talk about it.
But we'll be transparent about that. Yeah. So-and-so sent us this, so we're going to like them because they did. But we're not going to pretend that somehow it's like critically perfect.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we're going to be honest about it. And so now we're going to judge the nominations of the Golden Globes.
Yeah. Which I think is a great way to look at it.
Yeah, exactly. And so if someone you like wins something, that's cool, but it's still fun. So we're going to play Buy, Rent, or Meh. I'm going to name a category. Now, the way the rules are going to work today, you are going to have to buy, rent, or meh that collective category. So you are going to have to say, if I'm going to read Best Television Series, which I'm going to do next, Best Television Series, Musical or Comedy. Again, this award is, how much different is this than the MTV Movie Awards when they're like Best Kiss? Because no one understands this category.
Yeah, it's also right, and there's so many good things out there right now that it just seems ridiculous to even have this category.
I'm just saying, of the cat. Okay, go. Yeah,
okay.
It's fine.
So
I'm not going to get into the weeds of what is versus is not a comedy.
These are ridiculous. The what is and what isn't a comedy is just a joke at this point.
But this is everything. This is series, musical, or comedy.
No,
Best television series, musical or comedy.
No, a musical or comedy of the TV series.
This doesn't include dramas.
So this is TV series that are either musicals or comedies. And so the problem is that it should say Best Television Series, musical or
copied
comedy.
This from Variety.
That's what I'm saying. Variety's problem is punctuation.
Okay.
It's very confusing.
So in the Best Television Series, musical or comedy section, we have The Great on Hulu.
Which that just came out.
I don't know
give people
what
a
that is.
second to watch it. Jeez.
They already have season 2 is out.
I don't know what that
What?
is.
Yeah.
What is The Great?
Oh.
It's the one with the Fanning and Nicholas Hoult
Hoult. and
about Catherine the Great.
Oh, okay.
But it's
All
a comedy, I guess?
It's very...
It's like over the top.
It's very
Hacks?
absurd.
Hacks on HBO.
Seen a couple episodes, yeah.
On HBO Max. Only Murders in the Building on Hulu. Two Hulu, 3. And then Reservation Dogs, which is on FX, but what we saw on Hulu. I think it's an FX show that we saw on Hulu. And then Ted Lasso, Apple TV+. So you can mention your winner or anything like that, but if this as a group, do you buy, rent, or meh this category?
Okay, I'm going to go first because I'm going to go first, and I'm not going to name the shows. I'm only able to give it a rent because I only loved. Wait, are these for season 1s or season 2s? Do you think
This
is season 1.
No, season
what
2.
Do you mean?
Ted Lasso already got
right, but
Reservation Dogs is season 1. No, but I'm
whatever
saying
happened in this calendar.
For The Great, season 1,
whatever
season 1.
happened in this calendar.
So it depends.
This calendar year. Okay, so it's the 2020. So I'm gonna
season 1 or season 2. It depends on the show.
No, but I just mean a couple of these have multiple seasons. So, anyways, I'm gonna give it a meh. No, I mean a rent. Sorry, a rent because only 2 out of the 3 are buys for me. And so it cannot be, the whole category cannot be a buy.
According to your personal
personal, the whole category cannot be a buy if within that, only 2 out of 3 are buys right now.
So, too.
I'm not going to name them. Because that's mine to protect. That's my mystery. I don't have to share that.
Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
So I'll say I'm going to buy this purely on the fact that Reservation Dogs made it in.
So that's
the
your
fact
standard.
that Reservation,
fine, because that's one of the ones that's amazing.
I mean,
and so obviously that's one of the buys.
But you don't have to change your answer.
But
I appreciate your rules.
But I do have a rules because I looked at it and I said
rules.
I should buy it based on Reservation Dogs. But the category as a whole is not strong enough for me.
It's fine that you guys have different rules.
Categories.
So my feeling is I buy this category because Reservation Dogs making it into a nomination to me suggests that I'm now vested in
taking this serious.
I'll take the seriously category because they went deep enough to look at that show, which is beyond amazing. So that's why I'm going to buy it. But I have to tell you, Ted Lasso season 2 does not deserve an award.
No,
it's a cool show, and season 1 was magnificent.
Fun,
but season 2 was
so.
I have high hopes. I have season 3. I have high hopes for season 3, but Ted Lasso season 2 to me was not award.
Which is why
worthy.
I was going to rant like Becky.
That's momentum, or it's the foreign press saying "Ooh, it's filmed in England." I mean, I guess so. I don't know.
I mean, people loved season 1 so much, they probably love season 2 just as much. Or they didn't really watch it.
Yeah, or they just voted for it because
it's also popularity contest.
Yeah,
it's the most popular comedy on television.
We're already taking too long.
All right,
next category.
Lily, what did you pick though?
I said rent like Becky. Okay. I took literally 1 second.
Okay. All right. So now let's go ahead to best performance by an actress, limited series, anthology series.
You just jumped over actor.
I said I was going to pick random ones. You want me to pick?
This
Fine,
actor. I'm very excited.
I'll start with actor in a drama. Brian Cox, Succession. Lee Jung-jae from Squid Game. Billy Porter from Pose. Jeremy Strong from Succession. Omar Sy, Lupin. Lily?
I'm buying that category.
Okay. Have you seen those shows?
I've seen everything but Squid Game. And I don't really care about that show, but it's cool that it's cool that this category is so diverse for these Golden Globes so white type things. Right? Number 1. Number 2, I love Omar Sy. Love him in general. Loved him in Lupin. And so I'm so excited that he's nominated. I really think he's fantastic. And I think I'm really behind this category.
Okay.
Obviously Jeremy Strong is amazing and Brian Cox is amazing. And Billy Porter is phenomenal.
I'm going to continue with my run here and just say that Jeremy Strong is so incredible in Succession, which I am now watching the season for which this would be nominated, I guess, because this would be the second season that it's nominated for. And he's such an incredible actor, and the range, everything, his chin does acting. It's so weird that if he's nominated, I'm good, even though I have not really seen anything in this category other than Succession. So, Beck, how about you?
I have not seen a single one of those shows.
Well,
I've seen one episode of Succession.
So probably like many of the foreign press, you'll just vote.
Yeah, I'll vote. I'll probably vote for the Succession guy.
Okay.
Which one? There's 2.
Jeremy Strong. Sure, why not? No, yeah, sure. I think
he'd win over Brian Cox anyways.
Yeah,
if they were up against each other.
All right, so
and I say that because I've only seen one episode of one of those shows, and it was Succession. I saw the pilot of it,
you and Vlad
and so
would
I
really like Lupin.
I'll watch it. It's on my list.
So how about best performance by an actress in a television series drama? So the same category, but for women. Uzo Aduba from In Treatment. Jennifer Aniston, The Morning Show. Christine Baranski, The Good Fight. Elizabeth Moss, The Handmaid's Tale. And Micaela Calle Rodriguez, Lily? I don't know how to pronounce that. From Pose.
I think it would be
Calle Rodriguez. Okay.
Again, I have not seen a single one of these shows.
I've seen them, but...
Nope.
But I've seen a few of them.
This is a massive meh for me. First of all, I've got a fixation on that. I feel terrible. One day someone's friends with her, I'll meet her. But Elizabeth Moss, I don't enjoy her performances ever.
Oh, I really do.
Good or not, I can't vote for her. Wait, no, the only one I liked her in was in Us. where she plays the.
That was amazing.
that one.
But
was cool.
then in the one I loved her in is the one I love. That's
very
it's
cool.
with Duplass. It's so good.
It's a very cool movie.
But based on this, I would say Uzo Aduba is from Orange is the New Black.
She's amazing.
So I love her, and I love Jennifer Aniston. So I'd probably be a toss-up just because they're two people I like from previous roles. So, but then again, I'm assuming that's how most of the foreign press votes anyway. So,
I bet you
yes,
they'll
the
give it to-
categories
I
are meant
bet
for
you they're
me.
going to give it to Aniston.
Think so?
I have a feeling.
All right.
I don't know.
All right. And what about? Okay, so let's talk best motion picture drama. The movie. I honestly didn't know any of these were movies except for two of them. Belfast from Focus.
Oh, I'm really
Kenneth
interested in seeing that. I'm
Coda,
really interested in
Right?
seeing
That's
that.
Kenneth Branagh's movie.
Yeah.
right?
Coda from
Yeah.
Apple. Dune from Warner Brothers.
Dune.
King Richard
Which
from
I
Warner
really want
Brothers.
to see.
Dune.
I really want to see King Richard.
I saw it.
And Power of the Dog. What's really interesting
Which
to
one's
me
Power
is
of the
that
Dog?
Power. I don't know. I'm
that
not
up.
aware of that film yet. What's really interesting to me is that's 4 that were released on streaming, as far as I can tell.
Yeah. Well,
Simultaneously. At
Dune
least simultaneously.
was released.
Simultaneously.
Yeah.
Oh, Cumberbatch is in Power of
Oh,
the
okay.
Dog.
Oh
Cumberbatch, but I
yeah,
have no-
that's the Western
Spider-Man?
one. That's the Western.
Spider-Man: No Way Home. Is that what it's?
No, it's directed by Jane Campion.
Jane Champion, isn't it?
No,
Or it's
Campion.
Campion?
Jane Campion. Yeah.
No, it was Champion.
No, it's Campion. Definitely Dune.
Champion's the name
Oh,
of the
no, wait.
dog from Parks and Rec.
No, I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna give it a bye because of
Really?
the ones.
That's
I'm gonna give
bold.
the category a bye, not because I've seen them, but because the films are all really different types of dramas. And I find that a lot of the
That's
times with the
true.
drama categories, you just
That's
get
true.
like
The same
you get like
shit over and
3
over again.
biopics or 2 films about like
War.
the same historical event,
World
and
War
it's
One.
they're all like it's like 2 films about World War I and 3 biopics, and you're like, all right. And these, at least each one is really different types of stories,
That's
and
true.
that's very interesting. So I feel like they made an effort to at least pick diverse films, as in different types of stories and storytelling. So yeah. Oh, I do want to see Power of the Dog.
Although, wait, I take that back. I think. Oh no. Okay. Never
You
mind.
think Power of the Dog
No.
is Spider-Man: No Way Home?
Maybe. No. Never mind.
Is that out yet?
What would I have to do to get you all to see that with me?
Spider-Man: No Way Home?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you mean?
Oh,
Oh,
back
right
in the
now.
A
Let's
lot
go.
of popcorn.
Right
Rent me a
now.
movie
Let's go right
theater.
now.
Oh, okay.
I'll have an espresso. We'll go right now.
All right. Oh, well,
I definitely
want
wanna see that.
Oh,
What?
did you see Far From Home?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
I
Becky.
love
That's the one
this-
where they go on a school trip to Paris or
I
something?
love
Where are
the
they in that
new
movie?
I don't know. Gyllenhaal does bad things in it.
Venice.
Gyllenhaal's a
Yeah, there's a lot of
dirtbag in
stuff
it.
happens in the
Canal?
canals. I am a huge fan of the new Spider-Man franchise. Of the new,
Oh,
I
really want to
the
see
ones
this one
that
with
I-
Becky because they go in and out of different universes in this.
Yeah, you're gonna have to explain stuff to me.
It's gonna
But the people I like Captain America, and I like this Spider-Man.
Holland.
This Spider-Man, yeah.
Tom
I
Holland is a
didn't
great
watch. I wasn't into the Tobey Maguire or the Garfield Spider-Man. I didn't-
Ooh. The first two, Rocket.
He
Rocket. You know what
disagrees.
He said?
He
said
disagrees.
Spider-Man 2 with Alfred Molina is a really
Well,
good movie.
Alfred Molina is going to show up in this Spider-Man. I'm
I-
really
But
excited
wait,
for
is
that.
that Garfield is Molina?
No,
Or is that
Tobey
Tobey Maguire.
Maguire. No, I'm
Sam
re-
Raimi directed.
Like,
it.
when can we go? When does it come out?
We'll
Is
arrange
it out?
I don't think people should listen to us make our plans, but yes, it's out.
Oh, I forgot we were recording.
Okay,
Sorry.
so all right,
Well, why not? Maybe people want to join us.
big.
do Podcast at the movie.
I'm just gonna rent and push this for me because I just haven't seen the movies, and I did really like Dune. So, but I just
Which
don't.
one's Coda?
I don't want. There's nothing. Well, I don't know anything about these movies, but I just it's a push for me. So I'm just gonna rent for.
No, I think
not to be
it's a
mean.
very cool category. I think they did their homework with that category.
What about you, Lily?
Sure, yeah, I'll buy it.
You're just buying. You're just buying.
Yeah,
things
I like Becky's standard of saying that these are all not your typical like I like that it's a different each movie's a
Like
different
Belfast
genre.
is in black and white, and Dune
Yeah.
is sci-fi, and King Richard is this really fascinating
like a
story.
bio-
it's a
yeah,
biopic, but it's not
different.
It's
yeah.
a different,
I like
yeah.
it. Done.
Okay.
Then a western. I don't know what Coda is.
Not even
All right.
IMDbing it.
Now,
I'll do it.
let's just we'll end our by resume on best motion picture animated. We love
No,
animated
and pick a
films.
different category. I've seen none of these movies.
Yeah, no, I kind of
Did
wanted
it-
to pick this
Who's
because
supporting actress? We haven't done enough women.
I mean, sure, I'm happy to do more women, but I don't know if we
Who's
haven't done
supporting
enough.
actress?
That's like a very absolute comment.
I may be on this episode. I don't know.
Okay, best supporting actress, television. They just wait. So I'm very
I feel like
confused.
this is a very tough category.
Well, yeah, because is this a comedy or do they just all the best supporting
I don't
actresses are
know.
competing against each
Exactly.
other?
It's so weird.
Well, this looks like
Because
comedy.
It
By the
doesn't
way,
make sense to me that
CODA stands for Child of Deaf Adults. So now I feel
Stupid?
very stupid. I'm just saying it's an acronym for Child of Deaf Adults.
Okay,
So now I learned something
that
new.
sounds like it's a cool movie.
So it's a very different. Okay.
Best supporting actress,
it's awesome that
television.
it's nominated.
Best supporting actress, television. Jennifer Coolidge, White Lotus. Caitlin Dever, Dopesick. Andy McDowell, Maid. Sarah Snook from Succession. I'm like, Rise of Skywalker. And then
I was just thinking that too.
Hannah Waddingham from Ted Lasso. I'm going to rent this category
Yeah, it's a big rant.
because I think Jennifer Coolidge is great in White Lotus, but it's Jennifer Coolidge doing the Jennifer Coolidge thing. It seems
It was a little different. No, it was a little different. That's not fair to her.
It was more. It was
It
definitely
was
more
not
sad.
Stifler's mom.
It was definitely sad.
I think
The
she
sad
brought
version.
it.
She was great. Okay, fine.
She
She was
brought
great.
it, yeah.
But I really do think Caitlin Dever's an amazing actor, and I haven't seen Dope Sick,
Dever?
but I really want to see
Dever?
Dever. Anyways, I'd like to. I really
Heard it both
Andy
ways.
McDowell was amazing and Maid. She was wonderful.
I'm interested in Dope Sick,
and
but this has to
Sarah-
be a rent or a met for me because I haven't
Not
seen enough of this.
interested.
But Sarah Snook is amazing in Succession.
But then also, but then there's a category. Oh, okay. Sorry. Then there was. I think Margaret Qualley is going to win for the category that she's in. Oh, maybe Kate Winslet will beat her, but
Oh, please don't give Caitlin.
I
Caitlin's
hope
an
she
amazing
talks-
The only person
actor.
who
I
doesn't like
hope
that show,
she talks
Mara.
about
Okay,
Wawa
first of all-
in her acceptance.
Okay, first
speech.
of all,
Why?
she's an
She
amazing.
loved
actor.
talking about Wawa in all of her interviews about
She-
learning how to do the Philly accent.
She is an amazing actor,
haven't
and
kept
I
up
root
with
for
it.
her at all times. I thought that show was a lame
Really?
copy of Broadchurch,
Oh, I
and
love Broadchurch.
while she is a great actor, it grates on my head the amount of like credit she gave just for saying Wooder, and that show just it was fine, and
I feel like it was
and
overrated.
I feel it was overrated, but Kate Winslet and Gene Smart are amazing and deserve to be recognized, and anything they do should get recognized. But I thought that show, if you want to watch that show, go watch Broadchurch. It's a better show. It's the mystery is better. The mystery in this one was clunky towards the end. This one was
right.
fine.
Okay.
It was
Cool.
fine. And everyone
I
with that
mean, we'll
accent
have
is
to-
that's a so big deal about doing an accent. It's like to me, it's just because it's an accent that's not done enough on TV, but no one's giving people awards. Are they giving people awards for Boston accents anymore? Or this after
I
this
don't
Ben
think-
Affleck
I think
thing?
we're done.
No, I think we're
no
done.
more Boston movies
No.
are winning awards.
Right.
Okay, after this latest Ben Affleck controversy.
You don't drag Jennifer Garner. You just don't do it.
No,
it's not done.
My kids
It's not done.
love Jennifer Garner.
Who doesn't?
But I'm just
she's
saying,
in America.
she's not like she's as big a star
treasure.
now as
She's
she
an
was,
national
but
treasure.
she was in Yes Day and other things.
She
and
could never
13
make a
Going
movie
on 30.
again, and she's gonna be.
My
still
kids
gonna
love
be
her no
extremely
matter
famous.
what.
Still be
She's-
beloved.
They're
She's a joy
Okay.
on Instagram.
All right, so let's talk about our. Thank you for participating in this. Let's
You're welcome.
let's talk
For
about
having us.
let's talk shoutouts and recs. I checked out a new show on ABC called Abbott Elementary, starring
Cute.
Tyler James Williams is the actor that I know from this that I recognized who played young Chris Rock on Everybody Hates Chris,
yeah,
which
I
I
love that
think
show.
he's a grown up now.
Right. Yeah.
And Abbott Elementary strikes me as what could be the heir to Parks and Rec in terms of, I may not love it as much of Parks and Rec, but in terms about a story about people in a thankless service industry, or a public service industry, meaning teachers. It's about teachers, and it takes that documentary style approach that Parks and Rec has, and it deals with the tension between cynicism and idealism that
Which you
Parks and
love.
Rec
That's
did
literally
really well.
your bag.
I love it, and I watched it with my kids, and they, who having just watched Parks and Rec, immediately were categorizing the characters. Oh, so this guy must be the Ben Scott, and this one must be the Leslie Knope, and this one must be the Ron Swanson. And so I think in a good way, it's following that playbook, but it also is fresh because it's about teachers and teaching. And so Quinta Brunson is the main character. She's what I would say is the Leslie Knope. Tyler James Williams is kind of reminds me of the Ben Scott. I don't know enough about the teaching industry. I knew a lot about being in public service. So Parks and Rec made a little bit more sense to me. But I think this show is really worth a watch, and I think the pilot is terrific. And so I think this could be a really special show if they're able. It starts from a much stronger point than Parks and Rec started, but I think they've also figured this format out.
They figured the formula out.
Then I want to give a shout out to Tony Dobish, one of the smartest pop culture fans I know, and a good buddy. He was paying attention to our Hanukkah episode last week, and Tony is not Jewish, but he was very conscious that he was trying to help us find other things to,
Which is amazing.
and
I really appreciate that, Tony.
He pointed me in the direction of this movie on Disney Plus, Full Court Miracle. Came out about 10 years ago. And it is definitely a Disney Channel level quality film, like slightly below After School Special in quality in terms of what it looks like and sort of the way it's put together. And it is about these kids in a yeshiva who find a former college basketball star during Hanukkah to coach their basketball team. And it's about finding your Judah Maccabee. Anyways, it was the most Jewish thing I've ever seen in a positive way. It was not, it wasn't the usual stereotypes and cliches.
Name dropping celebrities
and acting,
like,
superficial and
right.
making business deals on Yom Kippur. No, it was like a real yeshiva, and there's actual talking about Torah. Now, do I think it would be a bummer if this was the best we ever got? But this was really sweet, and I watched it with the kids, and they really enjoyed it. So this is a really sweet movie, a really good family movie, and I really appreciate Tony pointing that out. So there is a Hanukkah movie, a legit Hanukkah movie, and I enjoyed it a lot. And tons of Canadians playing people from Philadelphia, which makes it even better because it takes place. That show takes place at a Philadelphia Hebrew Academy.
I'm sorry, okay?
And everyone sounds like they're from Toronto. And I looked at it, and most of the people are from Toronto. So it's just amazing. Everything about it is awesome.
Did the kids like it?
No, the kids love it. Yeah, it was
Great.
And then Gravity Falls on Disney Plus is an amazing animated comedy, Scooby-Doo-esque show, but one that parents and kids should watch together. I absolutely adore it. Watching it with the kids right now. Highly recommend it. There's only 2 seasons of it. Check it out. Lily, how about you?
Well, I mean, I don't want to get controversial on the pod, but I did watch the first episode of And Just Like That.
Let's just leave it
Yeah.
there. Just leave it there because we're going to do a separate episode.
Separate, and there was breaking news this evening about that.
Okay,
so,
we're going to talk about it on another
but
episode.
I did see it.
But just say you saw it.
I did see it.
Leave
have
everyone
to keep up with the pop culture.
Leave everyone in
conversation.
suspense.
I watched it as well. In fact, if you go back into my Twitter, you can find the live tweeting I did.
And you
of
can
that episode.
see what Shai thinks of it.
Yeah. And then I watched the first episode of Mindy Kaling's new show, Sex Lives of College Girls.
Oh, how was that?
There's something I didn't want to see it. I don't know.
I mean, it was fun. I mean, so far it's pretty funny.
Are there any Jewish characters?
Just
curious.
So far, not that I've seen, and I'm grateful for that because
exactly.
like if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all, Mindy. And so, but it's a very diverse cast. There's a black girl, like Indian girl, white, and then 2 white girls so far as the main characters. Rubel.
You're just like the Russian currency?
No, the guy, the comedian, Johnny Calabasas. Hubble.
Rob Hubel. He's in it.
He's the dad of one of the girls. He's
I really
great.
like Rob Hubel. So that's a
I
point
just
for
don't
it.
know. For some, like, why would Never Have Ever be a show I want to watch? It's about high school kids. Wouldn't, like, if anything, a show about college kids would make more sense even. But there's something about Never Have I Ever that the tone was so enticing. I kind of can't figure out. I guess maybe I'm not the right audience for this show. You know what I mean? I'm just sort of
that's
like,
fine.
I don't know.
It doesn't have to be
it's
for
maybe
everyone.
for high school students, or I don't know what it is. But I'm curious to give it a shot. I might watch a few more episodes and I'll report back.
Cool.
Canadian, because it's a
Becky?
callback to the Canadianness of Full Court Press. My new favorite show is a show within a show, which is watching The Expanse and playing a game show by myself of not just naming the Canadians, but then trying to figure out what city they're from based on their accents.
The Canadianness of the cast of that show is
Like, there are some people
the
I'm like, you are
best-
from Montreal. I can tell you're from Côte Saint Luc. There's
Right.
just no other way
that
about
guy
it.
who played the head of the UN. I think he was my film studies professor at Dawson College.
I mean, he probably was.
Like 50-50.
So I go deep on my research
That-
as I watch it to see where everyone
Are you
is
enjoying
from.
the show though?
I'm in fact now I'm at exactly the midpoint of the series. I'm halfway through season 3. I think I'm on episode 6
David
or
Strathairn,
7.
is he in the show yet?
No, not yet. I'm at 6 or 7 of season 3, and at the midway point, I'm going to give Josh Crew a midpoint I told you show, because we watch like 2 or 3 episodes at night. We are so into the show. So at least at the
It
and we
is
can
a
check back in
great
later.
show for you all. Like,
It is.
I was very
So,
sure you would
Josh
like it, but Josh Crew gets it.
You
Josh?
are a genius. Vlad and I, at least at the midpoint, absolutely love this show. I enjoy
Is it
every
over,
episode.
or
No, I'm.
it's
There's one
currently
last season, but it's
season-
only 6 episodes, so they're
It's not out
wrapping it up.
yet. Not out
No,
yet.
No,
It is-
they're wrapping it up now in the winter.
Okay.
The final season
So,
should be coming.
I'm very, very excited. That, and I've been watching Insecure. I finished Selling Sunset. And
I'm disappointed
mostly,
to see no Insecure nominations.
when
Is-
this.
is-
No,
way.
there is.
There is?
There is. Yes. Yeah.
Is Selling
Oh,
Tampa Selling Sunset also?
No, it's the same type of show, but it's just about an all women's real estate agency in Tampa. But it's
It's
just
not-
by
Sunset
Tampa.
may have jumped the
it's-
shark,
it's
and it
just the
pains
same-
me to say
None of
that
the
I love that
characters
show.
from Selling
No, no,
Sunset?
no, none of
It's
the
not
characters.
like
It's just
the
the
end
same-
of Bajillion Dollar Properties. When
It's the
some of
same
them land.
producers. It's the same, so it's like doing Real Housewives in different cities. It's the same.
But
producers.
Maya's not in it.
No.
Oh, Maya. Can we give a shout out to Maya?
Maya.
She had
A very, very sad,
tragic
a very
thing
tragic
happened to her.
loss.
just sending her lots of love to Maya.
And
from
she gave
Selling
you such a
Sunset.
beautiful message.
Yeah.
when
She
you
did.
had your baby.
She's a wonderful.
We really love
character,
her
but-
on that show, and we are sending her
all of our thoughts and love
all of
to
our
Maya.
thoughts and
All
love
right,
to Maya.
be well.
Yeah.
All right.
so that's
And Lily, where can people follow you?
Chi-Chi, Chichi Gomez on Le Twitter.
And Becky, where can people follow you?
at Paper BK Princess on Twitter.
And you can follow me at Pancake4Table. Pancake the number 4 table on Twitter and Instagram. You can follow all the Friday Night Movie shenanigans at Fry Night Movie on Twitter and Instagram. You can go to our website. You can sign up for our less than monthly email where we've been giving away some cool stuff. We give away buttons. We give away hats. But we also send really cool playlists because there's hundreds of Friday Night Movie episodes at this point. So what we're doing a lot of is curating these playlists that are around certain themes so folks can dive in and enjoy some of the past episodes in an organized way. So we've been getting a really great response. So go to the website, sign up. Also check out the show notes for all the organizations we are supporting. The theme music is by What Does It Eat? I want to give a shout out to Howie, my musical life partner that is in What Does It Eat with me. It was his birthday the day before Becky's. We were counting, let's see, it's depending on when you start counting our musical partnership, we're about 27 years into our musical partnership, which is pretty wild. And it's really exciting. It's 20 years since our first album. We were in Bare Left. I mean, that's wild. 20 years. It's crazy. So, shout out to Howie. The theme music is by What Does It Eat? Love you both. So great to do this in person. Bye.